Welcome to AGORACOM Talks, your weekly go-to source for the best small-cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007. I'm your host, and today we're looking at a market that is, well, it feels like it's being pulled in two completely different directions. On one side, you have these massive critical mineral discoveries, hard assets, and on the other, seven-figure tech contracts. It's a real battle.
It really is. It's a battle between hard assets and digital scale. The resource data we're seeing is all about grade and certainty, while the tech news is about commercial validation.
Okay, so let's get right into it. We have to start with Tartisan Nickel Corp. That's ticker TN on the CSE. They just dropped results from their Kenbridge project in Ontario, and frankly, these grades are pretty hard to ignore.
They really are.
We're talking drill hole KB26208. It's returned 11 meters of over 1% nickel, but the core of that intercept is what really jumped out at me.
Exactly. You got to look inside the interval. That's the nugget. Within that 11 meters, they hit 2.0 meters, grading 4.79% nickel and 1.25% copper.
4.79%. I mean, almost 5% nickel. That's not just good.
No, that's exceptional. That's the kind of grade that completely changes the economics of a potential mine.
And this was from an infill drill program. Why is that specific term so important here for investors?
Well, because infill drilling isn't about, just hoping to find something new. It's about confirming what you're pretty sure is already there.
So building confidence.
Precisely. This result proves continuity in what they call Zone B. It de-risks the asset. Bankers and engineers, they need this kind of certainty to actually build a mine.
Okay, speaking of building things, let's pivot to the industrial side. PyroGenesis Inc., ticker PYR on the TSX. They've just hit a really massive milestone.
This is a big one. A joint venture to build a commercial fumed silica plant.
And the headline number is huge, a $20 million U.S. contract just for the reactor.
And while that $20 million is obviously great, the real story here is the validation. I mean, fumed silica is notoriously difficult to produce cleanly. If PyroGenesis has figured out how to do that at commercial scale, we're talking 1,000 tons per year. This isn't just a contract. It's a major disruption.
And it's not just a one-and-done sale, is it?
No, not at all. Through their relationship with HPQ Silica Polvere, they're set up for royalties on the production. So they get paid to build it, and then they get a piece of the upside.
So the partner is financing it, and PyroGenesis participates in the revenue stream?
It's a textbook move from a, let's say, cool science project to a real revenue-generating industrial company.
Okay, let's jump back to critical minerals, but this time out on the East Coast. Great Atlantic Resources, ticker GR on the TSX venture. They're hunting for cobalt in New Brunswick, and they found a 900-meter-long stretch of anomalous sediments. The peak value was 610 parts per million cobalt. Now, for someone who isn't a geologist, is 610 ppm actually exciting, or is that just sort of background noise?
Oh, no, that's very exciting. To give you some context, background levels are usually tiny. Hitting 610 ppm in sediment is like finding a giant neon sign pointing you where to look next.
So it's the classic smoke and fire scenario.
That's a perfect way to put it. You have 10 out of 11 samples, all showing high values, all lining up. That tells the geologists the bedrock source is very, very close. They're closing in.
From closing in on bedrock to closing in on ad revenue, KDOZ Inc., that's KDOZ on the TSX venture, is making a big move. They've hired John Noley as VP of Sales for North America. This doesn't feel like just a routine hire.
It's absolutely strategic. KDOZ is a leader in that safe, COPA-compliant ad space for kids. Hiring someone like Noley says they are now going on the offensive.
So accelerating direct-to-brand revenues.
Exactly. They're going after the big brand budgets, the ones that need to reach kids but are terrified of getting hit with privacy violations. They're capitalizing on all the regulatory pressure.
Privacy isn't just a feature anymore.
For them, it's the entire product.
Okay, before we wrap, a quick alert for everyone's calendar. Nextech3D.ai, ticker NTAR on the CSE.
Yes, CEO Evan Gappelberg is hosting a live stream on February 19th, 2026.
And what should people be listening for?
Well, they're discussing their Q3 2025 results. But the real key will be the 2026 AI strategy. They are pivoting hard into AI-powered event tech. That call is where you'll hear the guidance.
It's just a wild mix this week. You have 4.79% nickel intercepts on one hand and $20 million tech contracts on the other.
It's the ultimate portfolio tug of war, isn't it? Do you want the tangible scarcity of critical minerals or the scalable efficiency of tech?
And that's the question we'll leave you with. In a market hungry for both safe physical assets and smart digital solutions, which result that we talked about today signals the biggest immediate value shift for your portfolio. Thanks for listening to AGORACOM Talks. We'll catch you next week.